Would the offender please give us your full name and your Department of Corrections ID?
Carl Paul, 477-511.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. My name is Alvin Roche. To my left is Mrs. Pearl White, and to my right is Mr. Pete Freeman.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And we're going to conduct a parole interview with you. Let me explain the process. I will read some information in the record. We'll verify that information. Then we'll give you a chance before we vote, make a brief statement on your behalf. Before that, we have Mr. Troy Willis of the Community Avengers, your mentor, and he would like to make a statement. We have your mother, Ms. Dana Paul, and she would like to make a brief statement. And we also have Derek Paul, your nephew, who's on Zoom and would just like to listen in and offer his support. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
That's what we hear from them. We'll give you a chance to make a brief statement. Okay, Mr. Paul, you're currently, what, 37 years old?
I'll be 37 September 22nd.
September 22nd, okay? You are a fourth felony offender. Your offenses are in Orleans Parish, contraband into a penal institution. You were sentenced on May 14th, 2019, and you received a 5-year sentence. The next offense is contraband into a penal institution. You were billed as an habitual offender, sentenced on the same date, May 14, 2019, and you received a 15-year sentence. Another contraband, you were sentenced on the same date and received a 10-year sentence. All those sentences are running concurrently, and you received 855 days jail credit on each count. On the same date, you were billed as an habitual offender for possession with the intent to distribute Tramadol and received a 15-year sentence. On the same date, May 14, 2019, distribution of controlled drug substance, 10-year sentence. Same date, distribution of meth, 10-year sentence, and false representation of controlled substance, and you received a 5-year sentence. Again, all those sentences are running concurrent to the contraband charges, and you have a total sentence of 15 years. Is all of that correct?
Yes, sir.
Your parole date was April 10th, 2022. You're not eligible for good time, and your full-term date is July 10th, 2033. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Your case has been assigned to Mrs. Wise. Would you please answer Mrs. Wise's question?
Good afternoon, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Wise?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Good, good. I'll call out for the record how long you've been in jail on this 15-year sentence.
Can you repeat? I couldn't hear you, Ms. Wise.
Call out for the record how long you served on this 15-year sentence. How long you been in jail?
5 years and 2 months. 2 months and 2 days.
In 2 months, okay. And as a fourth offender, how much of your life would you say you spent in jail? Just guess, I mean, you know,
I say about 14 years, I want to say. Something.
14 of your,
14 between that.
almost, almost half your life.
Yes, ma'am.
Almost half your life, okay. All right. With all these drug charges, are you a drug user, drug dealer?
Yeah, I was a drug user. I'm currently sober. Well, I was a drug user before I come to jail.
Okay,
Marijuana and prescription drugs.
okay. Oh, so what was the other stuff you had, all the,
Yeah.
and all those?
And those drugs too, pills. It was all different type of pills. That's the drugs I was addicted to, ma'am.
Oh, okay, okay. What age did all this start?
14, I want to say 15. I was in high school.
What you,
Started
Go ahead.
smoking. I started smoking marijuana first, and then I started on the other drugs down the line.
okay, how much education do you have?
Education, I stopped in 8.5.
You stopped school in the 8th grade?
And then it was half 8, half, it was 9th grade. It moved to.
Okay, 8.5, okay, I got you. Well, have you had an opportunity to get your GED or high set? Have
Well,
you tried?
yeah, I tried, but this jail here, like, it's hard. I've been on a waiting list for all the programs, the school, everything I'm trying to do. I'm on a list, waiting list.
So you got 15 years. They try to get the ones with the shorter time first.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's what they do. And so I've been writing all the other jails for to get moved and transfer. I wrote Hunts for to get in their school. I wrote the teacher at Hunts because I know him. I was once there and was in the class, in the GED class, but I had got released. So I wrote them, but they told me I have to talk to the warden. When I tried to talk to the warden, they never wrote me back. I have all the copies of that. I wrote different jails about getting into rehabilitation programs. I wrote Bossier, the jail in Mending.
Oh, good. That was one of my questions I had. Have you written to try to get in state law? Have you tried to get in state?
I'm sorry, I'm sorry for cutting you off, ma'am. But I even had my family members call. My mom called, and Bossier said that I wasn't eligible. But they said that I had too much time. I wrote them also, but I had my mom call also up there, and they told her that I wasn't eligible.
Okay, all right. All you can do is what you can do. That's all you can do is what you can do. So what do you do every day at the prison?
Reading, watch TV. For the most part, try to stay out the way for the frustrations that goes on of a life lived incarcerated, live a healthier lifestyle, and live my life in an honest, upstanding fashion.
Okay, good. That's good to hear. Sound like you don't rehearse that one a minute or two.
I read a lot of self-help books too, though. I have that they used to let us get books, so I have a lot of books that I had ordered. So I do a lot of reading. That's what I do with my time.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I am really, really glad to hear that. What about your write-ups? Have you had any write-ups?
No.
No, I know.
What the lady was trying to tell you that I'm on another unit right now. I'm on unit 2, but she gonna go over there and talk with the people that I'm the unit that I'm on, phase 1, and they'll be able to let you out and have no any write-ups.
So what is it about unit 2? What is it offer?
No, it's unit 2 is just another unit, and I come over here. This what they come over here for the screen, I guess, for the Zoom court and parole. That's what they walk me over here to come over here and get, for the parole hearing.
Okay. So you've been in jail for about 5 years now. Since what? Since 2018. How long you been in? March 16, 18.
Yes, ma'am.
So what changed before that? Because you got all the contrabands and stuff coming in. What changed? What changed in your head? Do you remember?
Yeah, I finally realized that my way of thinking is what have me in the situation that I'm in right now. And I think different, don't do the things I used to do.
I mean, I'm just asking that was there a book you read, anything that turned the light on? Do you recall? What changed?
I'm tired of doing time, man. Honestly.
Okay.
I'm just tired of it, like, and if I keep on doing the same thing, then I'm gonna stay in the same situation. So
That's true.
when I took this time, like, and I knew, talked with my lawyer, I knew I had a parole date, and I was focused on this, like changing my life and living a healthier lifestyle and just not doing the same things I did before. So
Okay.
every day I wake up and take it a day at a time, pray to God, give me the strength and just not just fall back into relapsing the things that I used to do. So
Like, when I look at your supervision history, you got a poor supervision history, you were revoked in 05, you revoked in 04, 08, you got released in 16, and got revoked in 18. You know, getting out, getting right on back in, getting out, getting back in. So what would be different this time? What if you're successful today, what are your release plans? Where would you live and how would you support yourself?
well, I would be living with my mother, and I have all different type of family members that's offering jobs and that they can get me on. I've been on this job view second chance thing that we have on the kiosk and that, and I've been
Okay.
looking up for jobs in my area. But
Okay.
well, so I will be working soon as I get out there, so because I have family members, like I said, they'll get me on with the jobs and I'll be staying with my mother.
Okay. And now what about your sobriety plan? How would you stay clean and sober?
Staying away from drugs and staying away from people, places, things, not going into areas around drugs and just trying to do right. Taking it a day at a time.
What about AA, NA, or anything like that?
Well, Troy have the program, well, I talk with him weekly on sessions and he helped me, you know, to motivate me not to go back to what I used to be doing. So I was gonna go to the program in urine tests weekly and job training, GEDs, he have all different types of
We're
things.
gonna hear from Troy in a minute. We're gonna hear from Troy. He's here today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll wait, let him hear about that. Well, then that's all I have. So sit back and listen. Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome.
Of course, I.
I have.
Mr. Paul,
Yes, sir.
tell me what the contraband consisted of when you were arrested and convicted of maybe 4 or 5 counts of contraband at the New Orleans Justice Center.
I never saw the contraband, be honest with you, because they never, if you can have the report, it never got contraband off me. It was people saying that the contraband was for me, but it was synthetic marijuana, a cell phone, and well, I think that's it.
Cigarettes,
Pills.
cigarettes,
Oh,
cigarettes,
yes, sir, and cigarettes.
and pills.
I never saw it though, and I never go to trial, so I never just saw the contraband. But that's what they had me charged with. It was cigarettes, synthetic marijuana, and cell phones.
Okay,
Pills, okay, and pills.
and tell me, how did you get convicted and you didn't know anything about it?
Well, I didn't have a lawyer. I just took the time. I was fearful. Took the time, my best interest.
Were you convicted by a jury or judge, or did you plead guilty?
I pleaded guilty.
So you pleaded guilty, so that you didn't have anything to do with.
It wasn't in my possession. It wasn't in my possession.
You're not asking if it was in your possession. Did you know about it? Did you know it was coming at jail?
Yes, I did.
At this time, is it bringing no questions? Okay.
Let me. Okay, and be honest now, Mr. Paul, because I mean, you know, you did know it was coming in. Were you gonna get any of the profits off of it?
Yes, sir, I was. I was involved. It was me and a few other guys that were charged. If you can see, it was like 2, 3 other guys were charged with it. So yes, I
That's what
did.
I want to hear from you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
At this time, we want to hear from your mother, Ms. Dana Paul. Would you open your mic, please? Ms. Paul,
Hey, hello.
how you doing this afternoon?
I'm okay, good as I can get, thank God.
Okay, Ms. Paul,
Yes,
would you please give us your statement?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Would you please give us your statement?
Okay, far as it go with my son, he was working, he was doing pretty good he was working at Bourbon House for 2 years. Like good with family and taking little odd jobs, this, that, and the other. But I had what I was trying to do, I had called because they were supposed to get him in some kind of program there, I guess. And when I called and whoever the lady was I spoke with, she told me that Carl wasn't eligible. But I'm like, if he get parole and whether he get out, I'm sure he's gonna, do good. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he had enough time to get his mind right. You know what I'm saying? But I
You,
mean,
ma'am.
sir, and he's gonna be staying with me if he get out.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Would Mr. Troy Willis open your mic and give us your statement?
How y'all doing this morning or this afternoon?
Hey, Mr. Willis, how are you?
I'm doing fine. So I am a mentor with the Community of Avengers. I'm also the founder and the CEO of that organization. I grew up in the city of New Orleans, and I work with a lot of at-risk youth and young adults coming from system involvement. Mr. Carl Paul has been a part of us since May of 2020. The requirements that we place upon him in conjunction with the system provided efforts, we try to provide mentorship, reinforcement, mindset changes, mature development, and then opportunity upon release. Three distinct things that we found from Mr. Paul upon his time, that he has had issues with drugs since the age of 13 years old. Combined with his drug addiction and different in his community issues that he have in and out of prison, there was always a lack of supervision, a lack of positive influence, and a lack of overall mature guidance, what we've seen. So what we tried to do with Mr. Paul, we assigned him to weekly mentorship, and we have a 5-stage recovery program that we did, and unfortunately we can only do it over the phone. I also have written letters and tried to recommend that Mr. Paul be into a drug program because it just was never offered to him. So during our 5-stage program, we put them into a pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and then a maintenance stage. Mr. Paul, he has been one of my most committed. He has not missed a phone call. He has not completed a task that was assigned to him for rehabilitation. And even though there was reluctancy in the beginning for his acknowledgement that he had a drug problem, that's part of that recontemplation stage. We had to identify the problem. He all the way up until the action stage, we recognized that he did make significant changes within his lifestyle. Within prison, what I have noticed, his communication with individuals that may have drug habits or drug connection, he's managed to stay away from them. He's had 0 write-ups from the time that he has been placed into incarceration to now. his work ethic to perform tasks assigned to him. And in some of these tasks is I assign like this. Job opportunity seeking. I asked him to perform job opportunity seeking, where he would get employers to sign letters of intent, where they will hire him upon release from prison. He's got 3 of those back to me from the Winning Team organization as a delivery driver. He's offered for mentorship and development through Ladder Consulting Agency, and then from Lifted Care's organization, the Feed the Hungry organization. He's also got one from Ms. Wadriga Johnson as well. So he's very task oriented. The development that he needs now, he's not going to get from Riverbend Correctional Facility. He needs that mentorship, he needs that guidance, and he needs that environment that's conducive to opportunities that's going to make him successful back into society. Any
Thank you,
questions
Mr.
of me?
No,
What is your program called again, sir?
We are the Community Avengers. Our program is just the, we have 3 different programs where we have our at-risk youth and development. You can find us off communityavengers.com. We have our young adult mentorship and rehabilitation for previously incarcerated individuals. And we have our business mentorship for people who have been system involved and who would like to be entrepreneurs.
Okay, thank you, sir.
and Mr. Willis, thank you for your service to our country.
Yeah, I apologize for being in uniform. This is our annual training week. We're getting ready for some upcoming deployments, but I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Paul,
Yes, sir.
would you like to make a closing statement?
Well, I want to thank y'all for having me up for the rehearing, and this time I've been sentenced to and opened my eyes up to and heart up to what, you know, real family is, loyal friends, and to God. And I'm forever grateful.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Is the panel ready to vote?
Yes, yes. Mr. Paul, the other thing I didn't mention, according to the needs assessment, you are high in substance abuse, but you have a low titer. So I'm just inclined to take a chance on you. My vote is to grant after you complete the long-term treatment program at Steve Hall. I want you to stay on the front row and pay attention.
Yes, ma'am.
Complete that, I want you to follow their recommendation. You don't know anything. When I asked you the question about your sobriety plan, you didn't know nothing.
I don't.
And you've been
took it now.
13 or 14, you don't know nothing. So you need to go there with an attitude, I don't know nothing, I need to learn, because these people know.
Yes,
Because your 4th offender, you got 15 years this time, there's no telling. So after you complete that program, you're gonna follow their recommendations. I want PNP to do random drug screens. And I want you to report weekly for the first 4 weeks. And I want you to cooperate with the Avengers program, cooperate and volunteer with that program.
Yes, ma'am.
At least 6 hours a month. You, if they need somebody to fill the water cooler, that's what you there for. If
Yes,
somebody's, anything, that's what you there for.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just one vote, and I'm taking a chance on you now.
Thank you.
Don't let yourself down. That's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Wise. Mr. Freeman.
Okay, I'm inclined to agree with my colleague, Ms. Wise. I think you need to complete the Steve Hall program and follow any recommendations of that program, along with continued involvement with Community of Avengers.
Mr. Paul,
Yes, sir.
I enjoyed your interview. I really did. I think you've come a long way.
Thank
And
you.
And I'm going to agree with my colleagues, and I'm going to vote to grant your release upon completion of the 9-month Steve Hall Intensive Substance Abuse Program.
Thank you.
After you complete that program, you'll have a curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. You must follow all recommendations of the Steve Hall program. You must attend at least 3 NAAA meetings a week, random drug screen, and you will do 6 hours of community service with Avengers, community Avengers. That is our decision. Good luck. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Wise, can I ask you a question?
Huh?
Last time, they were supposed to ship me into the Steve Hoyer program, but when we had problems with it, like I was trying to talk to the warden about it and.
Last time, it was a recommendation. It was a recommendation last time.
Okay,
But this is more than a recommendation now. We're ordered.
We are.
That's
okay,
by that way. Because, you're right. Yeah.
thank you, man.
Welcome.
It was a recommendation last time, Mr. Paul. It is a directive of this board, and you will be sent.
Thank you.